For Panthers Fans Only is a sports podcast intended for mature audiences and contains profanity as well as extremely spirited conversation. What you see and hear are the sole opinions and depictions of each individual, not at all inclusive of the entire cast or any guests associated with our show. Thanks for tuning in, and always remember to stand on business.
You know that shit ain't got no battery for that, so.
I love B-roll, man.
90 minutes.
I can't get enough of dog and a hoe out shit. Fuck a kick a house shit. And that go for a boss bitch. My little niggas, them on dumb shit. Walk you down shit till the gun click. I don't post them, put them in no pics. Bring you down in rush hour like Jackie Chan chopstick.
Tavian is on the road today.
Another bitch and they
I won't even tell y'all. He's in London. I won't tell y'all why. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything that's going on. Shout out to Tavian. We got Carter in the building tonight. Our guest producer.
Welcome back. Original OG.
Facts.
I'm just a utility player on the team.
Hey, plug and play. Plug and play. That's something that the Carolina Panthers actually need. A motherfucker. Actually, never mind. I'm in a great mood today. Maybe not great.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just straight.
Welcome to 4 Panthers Fans Only.
My homework, put in my own work 1,000. I got niggas flying on jets, out public houses. If I wasn't living position, I'd be a killer too. I'm the one to pay all they bonds and get their lawyers too. If you say you're down for your dog, you kill her, take a charge. I can't never put on the gram. This nigga down with fraud. Cool nigga ain't exposing my hand. I gotta play my card. We set her off when we was kids forever.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes.
We set her off when we was kids forever. Break the law. I can't get enough of dog and a hoe out shit. Fuck a kick a house shit. And that go for a boss bitch.
Again, welcome to 4 Panthers Fans Only. If you don't already, make sure to tap in with us on social media at 4 Panthers Fans Only. Instagram and TikTok at FPFO_podcast. On X. If you're unfamiliar with our YouTube channel, you can also connect with us there at 4 Panthers Fans Only. 4PanthersFansOnly.com if you're interested in purchasing a Carolina Reaper t-shirt like you see my co-host has on right here. Black, white, cream, one of the three. You have 4 days. 4 days to purchase a white and cream one, or white and or cream one. After that 4 days is over, you won't have the opportunity to purchase one of those ever again. That's going to be a hard deadline, so 4 days for those. Blacks, they'll continue to be restocked until we drop our next capsule, so you have some time in regards to those. But if you want to cop any of those, then you can go over to 4PanthersFansOnly.com right now, and it's very, very obvious and easy on how to get those and how to purchase them. So, those are the plugs. I'm your host, JJ.
I'm your co-host, Terrence.
And like I said, our guest, he's not used to it. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'm y'all guest producer today, Carter. I've been here 3 years, about off and on. But, you know,
Facts.
we here.
Facts, man. Like I mentioned earlier, hold on, we can't have.
I can't get enough of dog.
Sorry. Like I said, I'll just go ahead and go into my whole little, because I want to get right to it, right? I want to get right to it. I'll go ahead and go into my whole little dissertation or whatever the case may be. I'll say this first and foremost. I'm a lot more calm than I was Saturday afternoon. I still believe, because I know a lot of you guys tuned into the live stream after the game. There was a couple of y'all that didn't. So if y'all aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, or if I reference something that I said on Saturday, whatever the case may be, you need to make sure that you're following on X or YouTube, because more times than not, we with in season, we got, you know what I'm saying? We on it. We got a lot of things going on, move the chains, FPFO live streams, etc. So get in with us. That's number one. So make sure you turn that bell notification on and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I'm a lot more calm than I was on Saturday and Sunday. There's still a lot of things for me personally that are alarming. The fact that our offense was only able to accumulate -2 yards. So, you know, that in itself, our first team offense, you know what I'm saying? Like that honestly, I'll be honest with y'all, that enrages me. It does. And everybody wants to keep saying it's preseason. Yeah, unfortunately, it is preseason, and that's phenomenal, and it's great. But if we can't move the football at all, you know, history tells me that that's a good indicator for what we'll see for the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, especially when we have a coach, and we'll dive into this a little bit as well, but we have a coach that doesn't take preseason serious. Something else that's very, very alarming to me, because last year, if you guys remember, if I'm not mistaken, none of our starters played, right? The first two weeks of the preseason, is that accurate?
That is right, which you agree with at that time.
Yes, and I will say that at that time, I did agree with it at that time. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
That was it.
Okay. After that, I'd say probably about 3 or 4 weeks into the season, I immediately walked that take back and said that was probably one of the dumbest things ever, because our team was so young, and your first-year head coach with the first-year offense that you're implementing, and preseason is your time to work on that. The same is applicable for this season. I really don't know, and I've been in a couple of spaces throughout the weekend or over the weekend, whatever the case may be, and I've heard some of you guys' opinions and takes on Dave Canales and his approach to preseason and stuff like that. I don't know if Dave Canales' hand was forced to play the starters or not, but you would think that last year was a good learning experience for a rookie head coach to realize that there is some importance in the preseason. So all of you guys that want to, you know, say, oh, it's just preseason, yeah, that may be the case. But when I have to constantly hear my coach talking about, oh, we got great work in the joint practices, oh, we had a phenomenal week of practice and training camp, all of that shit is fine, but what can you do when them lights come on? What can you do when the lights come on? Because the past couple of weeks, yes, the Carolina Panthers have been exceptionally competitive in these joint practices, but when the lights come on, they're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So Saturday, if you were a Carolina Panthers fan and you tuned into the game on Saturday, you wasted 3 hours of your life, because there was absolutely nothing to learn. This team, looked exceptionally soft. And again, I don't want to sound too angry, because it is preseason. So I acknowledge that. It didn't count. But in that same respect, in that same regard, with a team that's this young, you want to start building up habits that lead into, okay, we're going into Jacksonville, and we've already been doing this for X amount of time. There's a lot of things that we're going to dive into as it pertains to this game, but just know, I know a lot of you guys are comfortable and okay with the way that we look so far, because, oh, it's just preseason. Understand, and I'm going to make it very clear, for me personally, I'm not. And that's where I'll wrap mine up, and I'll pass it over to you to kind of say what you have to say for the intro.
I couldn't even stomach watching the whole game. The only thing that kept me sane, I was watching it with my grandma on Saturday, so I was trying to be calm. But after the first 2 drives, what I seen from the offense was god-awful. And then if you take into account the whole game and you have gotten 30 points dropped on you in back-to-back games, and it's just very underwhelming. It doesn't make you feel good going into the regular season. Like, I know a lot of people will say it's preseason, but, a lot of those guys that are playing are going to be a lot of the guys that you see on the field during the regular season. A lot of those guys are going to be getting valuable reps. And so that, as much as you might hate to admit it, that's going to be part of the team that you're going to see during the regular season. So it was very underwhelming seeing the way that they performed. Didn't make me happy. Didn't really make me feel that confident in, what I expected this offense to be. Now, I know some of the play calls are going to be vanilla. They're not going to expose their whole playbook. I understand that. But a lot of it was dropping passes, quarterback overthrowing guys. Just didn't really look like we were on the same page. And then when I had to hear the head coach, or I guess he even said this before the game, that the starters aren't going to play week 3 of the preseason, is something that I completely disagree with. Even if that was his stance going into this second game, which I think it was. I think he mentioned that before even going into the game. I feel like, to me personally, that should immediately change after this game.
1,000%.
I don't see anything that he could have seen that he'd have been like, okay, I feel comfortable with sitting everybody the last preseason game and then just going into taking that week and then just going into the regular season. I feel comfortable with what I've seen today. And he started off his press conference by saying, we got great work in. Not true.
And also off of the great work comment, he said there were a lot of great things to see.
Yeah, I don't think that there was really many great things to take from that game, if great things at all.
It was pathetic.
Yeah, so it was very nasty from the first unit all the way down to Andy Dalton, all the way down to Jack Plummer. I mean, it just an all-around shit show. So I understand, like, I'm trying not to be a Debbie Downer, but when you're coming off past 2 seasons, you win 2 ball games. Last season, you win 5 ball games. And then you have to see a performance like this in back-to-back weeks. It's not something that makes you feel good going into the regular season. So, I mean, that's the way I feel. That's where I stand. Obviously, you have to take into account that it is preseason, so some of those things aren't going to be we're just not utilizing our whole playbook, which I understand. But it's the small things, it's the mental things that are just not clicking at this point in time, which I think is going to be very, very, very tough if we can't get that together going into week 1 against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's a ideological flaw. I think that Dave Canales is running into an issue, right? Because obviously you have the injuries that Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt have dealt with and are currently dealing with. We saw today at practice, or yesterday when you guys watched this, Teteroa McMillan did not participate in practice with a hamstring injury that he's been dealing with, right? So I understand that aspect of it, and I understand that you want to go into week 1 as healthy as possible. But then, after the game in your press conference, when I have to hear you talking about, I love games like this because it gives us the opportunity as coaches to actually do our job and have to coach things up, have to actually coach the fundamentals of football. You had 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, all the way up until about 8 or 9 weeks to coach the fundamentals of football and do whatever you needed to do in that regard. Right? At this point, bro, it's time to go, bro. It's time to go. And I'm not going to get myself worked up today because I feel like I did enough of that the other day on the stream. But just know I really, and up to this point, I think I've had a lot of praises to place upon Dave Canales up to this point. But the way he's handled the preseason the past 2 weeks, and then like the overly optimistic, always joyful gimmick, for lack of better terms, at some point it just starts to get old for me. That's my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but
I agree with him to a certain extent. Okay. And I say that because it's like, as much as they've been coming out, like we said, don't fall for the propaganda at the beginning of the season, beginning of training camp, because obviously we couldn't be there to see. So as they're saying that we're having these joint practices and we look this way, we look that way, we've been very competitive, we look very good. The part where I agree with him at, it's like, okay, we think we look this way in these joint practices, but as we get on the field, we really ain't worth shit, with all due respect. Like, we're not as good as we think we are. And so I think that if he's a good coach, he can use that and preach that message. Like, we're not as good as we think we are. So everybody needs to, fall in line, get this ideology out of your head that you're this good, you're that good. We're not as good as we think we are. You are what the scoreboard says. 30 has been put on you the past 2 weeks. So
I think that they only put up 20. I think Houston only put up 20, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 20-3.
Was it 20-3 or 28-3?
I think it was 20. Hold on, I'm checking right now. Oh, yeah, it was 20. They
okay, what 20? So,
nevertheless,
I mean,
their first-team offense walked the ball down on their first-team defense.
It was nasty. So, excuse me. You got 30 put on you the first week, 20 the second week. So
50 points in 2 weeks.
Yeah, to your 10.
13.
So, I mean, very nasty when you look at it that way. So, I think he can coach to that, and that can be like a focal point of going into it all. So, I agree a little bit with that. What was the last point you said? Because I had something to –
in regards to the tonality.
Yeah.
The overly optimistic, this is just great because we get the – nigga, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not great, but go ahead.
Which like, I understand where you're coming from there. I think that his positioning could be, I'm just playing devil's advocate, you have a very young team. So it's like, if they see you begin to, crash out and, like, get down on yourself, like, as a coach, or get down on the team because you guys aren't performing well, which obviously there needs to be some level of that because you got to hold guys accountable. But if they see him start to break down, then, that can cause I guess it could kill the morale of the team. So maybe in the same breath, he's trying to make sure that he's not killing the morale of the team. They're a very young team, young guys. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate there, but I do understand, like, and maybe he's just putting on that front for the media. We never know what he's doing in the locker room.
That's possible.
We never know, like, what message he's preaching and, if they're actually responding to that message, because he could be preaching something totally different, but he's not going to come to the media and just fucking out his team and talk shit to him or talk shit about him or whatever. So we just never know.
I understand that point of view for sure. The only thing that I would like to see more of is a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
That for me, like, I understand that you're playing devil's advocate, right? But for anybody that is thinking that, or that is y'all's point of view as well, there has to be a certain level of urgency. Because, bro, I hate to tell y'all, but today is the 19th when you guys watch this. It's August 19th, right? So we have like 3 weeks to get whatever fundamentals, whatever, like, and everybody keeps saying we're not showing our full playbook, whatever the case may be. Bro, I don't care if you were using a high school wing T offensive playbook. You should be able to execute well enough in 2 drives with your first team offense to accumulate some positive yardage. We saw a interception on the first play, and everybody, again, I've made a commitment that I will never slander Bryce's name again on this podcast, so I'm just going to leave that there, right? We saw an interception on the first play, but he saw the holding penalty. That's what everybody keeps telling me.
I agree. I agree. I think he did.
I'm sure. Don't worry. It's okay. I told you. I made a commitment. I would never slander his name again. So we saw an interception by Bryce on the first play that got called back because it was a holding. And then after that, we saw 2 punts. 2 3-and-outs. -2 yards.
Nevertheless, that's inexcusable. -2 yards from your starting offense.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, it's
I don't give a fuck how, and I'm not going to get worked up. I don't give a fuck how vanilla your play calling is or what you're claiming. And this is why I say that I don't know how serious Dave Canales is taking this shit, right? Because I don't understand why every week, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but this is the assumption because of what he said last week. I don't understand why every week in the preseason, as a second-year head coach, you have niggas, coordinators that aren't coordinators calling plays. Like, I don't know why the fuck Brad Isaac is calling the fucking plays.
Yeah, that's what I seen too. But, I mean, Brad Isaac, he is the offensive coordinator.
That's fine, but he's not calling plays in the regular season. That shit is coming from Dave. It's coming from Dave. So as far as the language, the styles of plays that you're like, nigga, I need you. He not on his game, bro. And then I don't know why Evero thinks he can just be comfortable enough to let Cooley call the plays. Because EJ, as much as I don't roll for you on this pod and everything like that, I'm just here to tell you, nigga, you don't need to be trying to do nothing fucking cute, nigga. You don't need to try and do nothing cute.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, I
don't
get it, bro. I don't get it because, like, Dave Canales, he's trying to, like, I understand they're trying to do the shit Seattle did and trying to build up the coaching style so that, hey, nigga, y'all were unestablished. Y'all don't got that pull that Pete and them had, bro. So you can't do the same thing. That's what I tell niggas all the time. Don't do what I do, nigga. Do what you can. Dave Canales, you are a second-year head coach, bro. Go slow. It shouldn't be no development within the coaches that you need to develop, nigga. You need to be calling the plays. We need to get them that language right. We need to know what the flow of the game is going to be because I don't want it to be an excuse that when we accumulate -2 yards in a preseason game that, oh, this is not what we're going to be using. This is not our playbook. Brad has been calling. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that, right? So all of that being said, I'm extremely frustrated at this very time. I'm not overreacting. So I don't want people to think I'm overreacting. But I see a lot of people on X specifically acting as though there's nothing to be had with these 2 preseason matchups. And for me personally, I don't think that I just don't subscribe to that belief. I don't. I think that there at some point or another, you have to look at some of these things that are going on, and you have to take them for what they are. We have significant problems on this team, and, you know, hopefully, for whatever it's worth, by week 1, we can get them worked out. So that is that is the opening. Again, don't overreact. Don't overreact, but it's just frustrating, bro. It's just frustrating. So in that game, Tetero and McMillan puts a phenomenal move on Stingley. We don't get the ball there because our elbow gets hit. Then I have to hear, and see, this is why I say I don't know, like, how serious this nigga is taking this time period, bro. Because then, you know, I hear on Monday, oh, the elbow injury is extremely mild. If it was the regular season, he would be good to go. Well, so are you telling me he's not getting his reps during practice? Because Andy Dalton has looked like dog shit, too, this preseason. He's looked like ass.
I don't know where you rewind that back for me.
Okay, rewind. Okay.
What are you saying? Like, so he's not getting his reps in practice. Like,
yeah, Dave or Andy Dalton is not getting his reps in practice.
And what made you think that?
That's what I've been told. He didn't practice today.
I mean,
he wasn't throwing that bitch today. So you're telling me so? Okay, no problem.
What?
No problem. No problem.
No, at this point, is Andy Dalton his ass? It's not even about. It's not even about because I think he's getting his reps in practice. I just think he's ass.
No, he didn't get his reps in practice yesterday on Monday.
Yeah, because
his elbow, right?
Yeah,
but if it was a regular season, he'll be good to go, right?
Yeah, because a regular season means a little bit more. And I mean, who gives a fuck? Andy isn't starting anyway.
Okay. Oh, so as long as Bryce is getting his shit right.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, God forbid Bryce gets fucking stretched. God forbid.
Well, that's why we got Bryce Perkins.
Shout out Bryce Perkins. Shout out Bryce Perkins. Maybe, you know, maybe we can get some mojo in that bitch. Maybe our wide receivers that are on the bubble, like a Jimmy Horn, we're going to have a conversation about him today as well because, you know, I've been getting slandered the whole fucking weekend. Why not continue the trend? So fuck it. We're going to have a conversation about Jimmy Horn today too because he might be fucking fried. As much as people don't want to admit it, it's all you hear, J5 this, J5 that. When you go into BOA, you know, the nigga cuts back on a punt return, loses yardage, we're still cheering in the stands, all of that. I'm just telling y'all, Jimmy Horn might be fucking fried. The only thing he can pray and ask God for is that he gets 6 or 7 catches for like 90-plus yards and 2 touchdowns on Thursday, because if not, he's fucked. I mean, we can talk about that too if you want to right now. Jimmy Horn is fried as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said probably like a week or two ago that, you know, obviously I was a Jimmy Horn guy. I wanted us to draft him. I liked this tape in Colorado. Thought he was a very explosive receiver, and I thought he would be a steal in the draft. Although I still think that. But like I said a couple weeks ago, I think that we as a fan base may be too emotionally attached to Jimmy Horn. And then also the social media team has been pushing that as well. They love to fucking video Jimmy Horn or post pictures of him or however. But, like, they're dismissing the guys like a Bryson Tremaine and, like, all of the other guys who have been putting in valuable work and getting valuable reps in the preseason games and doing something with those reps. But they've been pushing Jimmy Horn so much that we have tended to overlook those guys. But I think the coaching staff knows, like, as a whole, that those guys have outperformed Jimmy Horn. And they think that right now those guys, specifically a Bryson Tremaine, if they needed to keep 6 or 7, then it seems like he will be the one that they kept over Jimmy would make complete sense. So
he's been way more productive.
Yeah. And so I personally, as much as I would love to have Jimmy Horn on the team, and I don't think he would clear waivers if we cut him, I wouldn't be surprised if he did get cut, especially for a guy like Bryson Tremaine. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate though, bro, because this is why I said, like, it's important that we have a sense of urgency, because, like I said, you have a bubble receiver like a Jimmy Horn and a Bryson Tremaine, right? Jack Plummer, his best throw of the day was down the seam, the play of the day. I mean, a basic fucking 18-yard completion is what we're reduced to being the play of the day. Nevertheless, it was a good ball. Bryson Tremaine did his job and caught it and got, yards after the catch, whatever the case may be. He did more with his opportunities. But in that same breath, when you have an Andy Dalton and a Jack Plummer that you continuously roll out to run with these guys that are on the bubble, it's a problem.
Yeah, because this conversation would have been a lot different if the plays that Andy Dalton missed Jimmy Horn on in that first preseason game, where he was wide open.
Yes.
The 2 plays that he missed him on, this conversation would have been a lot different if he would have connected with Jimmy Horn on those plays and he just completely fucked the throws off.
Yep.
But, I mean, it's tough. He's in a bad spot because now there's no more four-game preseasons. Like, you have one more game. You have one more game, and Andy Dalton's elbow was messed up. Jack Plummer is ass, and now we just bought in Bryce Perkins. So, I mean,
how do you feel about that? Since we're here, how do you feel about the move to bring in Bryce Perkins?
I mean, I'm not necessarily really that move. What was he, like, the UFL MVP?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he can play quarterback to some degree, obviously. So, and I think he had a stint with the Rams as well. So, I haven't really done watched a lot of tape on him or studied on him that much. But, I mean, I think that at this point, there's a lot out there that's better than Jack Plummer.
Yeah, and Bryce falls under that umbrella.
Yeah, I think so, too. So, like you said, I think if those bubble guys going into this last game, their best shot would probably be with Bryce Perkins.
Yeah.
And not Jack Plummer.
I don't – personally, I don't understand why Jack Plummer has been around for as long as he has. It's one of those things where your experiment just failed. So let's just move on. And there were multiple options for us. Like, you just saw Cleveland 2 weeks ago bring in Snoop. That was an option. Because unfortunately, Snoop is better than Jack Plummer. And the list really goes on and on, but there's no real need to spend a lot of time on this. That is just the news. Bryce Perkins was signed by the Carolina Panthers, former UFL MVP. And, I mean, I'm sure the bubble guys, like Jimmy Horn, are ecstatic and elated because now maybe they can get a semi-good look. And guess what? If the offense is so vanilla, he'll have no problem with picking up on it and executing the game plan on Thursday against Pittsburgh. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know while you're sitting back there, all peaceful and quiet, we're trying to leave y'all niggas on a T-shirt. Because I'm not going to lie, we need some positivity. So you guys will just be victims, and it's nothing personal, and y'all have nothing to worry about. Well, actually, y'all do. Y'all have a lot to be worried about. Nevertheless,
It's always an attempt. I mean, any given Sunday, but it's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Any given Thursday.
Thursday night football.
Yeah, best man wins.
Are you nervous at all?
Nah, I mean, we'll be rolling out people who aren't going to make the team anyway. So,
yeah. And one of the things that I've come to the conclusion of, and I think Don't actually may have said this first, for whatever reason, Panthers fans love grasping onto the fact that, these are guys that are going to be working at Kia in a week, Costco, whatever the case may be. But it just always seems like the niggas that are going to be working for Costco and Kia for other teams, like the Houston Texans, for whatever reason, are just 100,000 times better than the bullshit niggas that we roll out. And I say bullshit niggas, and I mean no disrespect. I apologize. I shouldn't. I shouldn't have used that. Right? I shouldn't have used that terminology.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that and then say
you don't that I mean no disrespect.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Niggas that ain't gonna make the team for other teams are always so much better than niggas that aren't gonna make the team for the Carolina Panthers. Always. I mean, there's just no way that I have to open up my ESPN app and I see the Carolina Panthers with 3 points and everybody else has multiple scoring possessions. Right? But everybody wants me to chill, and FPFO is so negative.
The Bears put up 38 last night.
Oh, and you know why? Let me just chill. Because Caleb Williams looked good as fuck. No matter how if you feel however you want to feel, you feel however you want to feel. You feel however you want to feel. I'm just telling y'all. And we want to go back and forth with Chicago Bears fans. Y'all know how I feel about them. Fuck them. But unfortunately, right now, but hey, don't worry, because Dave Canales said we have 2 phenomenal fucking joint practices, and I should stroke my dick to that. I should just be excited. Oh, yay, 2 phenomenal joint practices. Just outstanding. But then I had to see 13 to 50 point differential in 2 weeks of the preseason. But again, I'm going to breathe and relax because I'm working very, very diligently not to present Crash Out JJ until he's necessary. And though it's the preseason, he is trying to come out of me, and I'm just being calm.
Why do y'all think that doing these joint practices, the Panthers just look so good, but when they get rolled out, it's just
I think
go ahead. No, you go first.
I just think it's really no expectations. Like, I just don't think that there's really, like, there's value there, but I don't think as much as, I don't think the players view it as much value. And then also your quarterback just can't really get hit. So,
yes.
And in that same breath, like, guys still are trying to be like, they're not trying to go as hard because they're still trying to respect the fact that we don't really want anyone injured because we're all trying to make it to, the regular season. We're all trying to go into the regular season healthy. So, I don't think that they're going as hard as, it would seem like in those Twitter posts.
And and just to build off of that, because you said it's almost like, again, it's a sense of urgency thing. When you have a coach that continuously preaches, hey, this is where we're going to go. This is when we're going to really, really do our work, is in these joint practices and the practices against ourselves, whatever the case may be. This is when we do our work. The sense of urgency is being placed on these joint practices. So when you continuously have a coach beating that into your head, it's a little bit different. But I think that's where my problem comes in. Because unfortunately, nothing a coach could ever tell me if I'm a bubble guy, or really even if I'm just the ultimate competitor, there's nothing a coach could tell me that would ever make me think that I'm rolling out to a game setting and it's not time to go balls to the wall. And I understand we're trying to be clean. We're trying to get to be healthy and get to week 1. But that's really what it is to me. You have a coach that continuously pounds in their head, the main point that we're accomplishing here is joint practice, and we want to compete at the highest level. So then you go all the way up here on a Wednesday or on a Thursday. So then when you have that day off and it's preseason game day, we're back down because we're not as high and the intensity is not being as demanded, or the sense of urgency just simply isn't there. That's what it is to me.
A lot of that falls on the players too, because the players got to take into account you're auditioning for 31 other teams.
Yes, 1,000%.
So, this is not just you're not just putting film on tape for the Carolina Panthers. Like, a lot of you guys aren't going to make the team and are going to get cut. You have to make sure you put up enough film that these other teams are going to be like, okay, this guy is worth, bringing in or even signing to the practice squad. Because if not, then you're really going to turn into a Costco or a car salesman.
Yeah.
So A lot of
Shout out Jake Fromm.
for real.
Not for real.
So, a lot of these guys got to realize, like, you're putting film out there for a lot of other teams and not just the Carolina Panthers. So, in that breath, it's only so much your coach can say before it's like, do you got that
You
in
have to
you?
internalize. Yeah, you have to just be a demon when you go out there, bro. I'm not going to lie.
And
you got to be
guys,
ready to slide.
They just don't – I feel like they're just not taking it serious because they don't know, like, the level of, like, their lives are really right there in front of them. And I just don't think they grasp the concept of, like, this is really, like, this could be your last chance.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, you're playing for the Carolina Panthers.
Exactly.
Like, let's be, like, if we're being honest, like.
The talent level is a lot different, right?
And, nigga, if you're not making the team for the Carolina Panthers,
I got a DM. We got a DM on FPFO in the Instagram today. Because I posed a question, and I guess that I'll just go ahead and, like, kind of roll it out, right? So I asked a question, after 2 weeks of the preseason, are you in panic mode? And the options were yes, I don't think we have enough, and no, it's just preseason. Relax. Right now, it's 52% in favor of no, it's just preseason, relax, and obviously 48% say yes. Like, we don't have enough. I'm panicking. I got a DM, right? And he says, because this just builds off of your point, what you're saying, like, at some point or another, like, it has to be internalized. We have to want to come out and work hard. He says, I think we have enough. I just think they pussy. They don't seem to play as hard. Listen, I'm telling you, they just don't. They don't seem to play as hard as other teams I watch, in my opinion. And I said, you know what? I agree 100%. Not necessarily with the pussy aspect, just because, like, actually, maybe.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to be respectful, right? I'm just trying to be respectful. So maybe not so much as the pussy aspect, but at the same time, yeah, it just seems like the Carolina Panthers in the preseason just don't play as hard. And really, that's just how it feels. And I think that's the even more frustrating part for me as well, is because for whatever reason, when we roll out the preseason games, there's just this sense and feeling of entitlement. And you've won 7 ball games over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That, to me, when Crash Out JJ starts to feel like he wants to come out, that is the reason why.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
And championship teams, like, that work starts in the offseason.
Yes.
Like, they're just not stringing that shit together in the regular season. I guarantee you, if you go and look at their practices and look how they run things, those things are being started in the offseason, and there's a sense of urgency in the offseason. It's not something that they're just flipping on in the regular season because, I mean, you really can't. And so I think that that's something that the Carolina Panthers have to get in their head, but obviously there's really no championship DNA there. There's really not a lot of vets who, like, been around that atmosphere, who's been able to see what it looks like to win. So that's another thing that's killing them too. Like, it's hard. That guy is really not in the locker room like that. So
facts, I'd agree.
Yeah, so I feel like that's tough as well.
So what do y'all think about Dave and the coaching staff whenever they're speaking to the team and they're talking about approach? Like, what are they saying?
I mean, and that's why it kind of speaks back to my point that I said initially. Like, it always just seems like a dress rehearsal, right? Even when Dave Canales talks about it, we want to get guys into that rhythm of knowing what we're going to do on game day, you know, how you're going to approach getting ready, your warm-up time, and then putting your pads on, like all of this shit, right? It's the approach is not kill, nigga. That's the fucking problem for me. He's rage baiting me. He's rage baiting me. I get it now. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. He's rage baiting me. All right, I get it. I understand. The approach is not kill. And that's the problem for me. That's how it seems. And again, outside looking in, we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just seems that way. It just seems like, you know, we get our work in joint practice and we're going to go balls to the wall 100%. And then preseason, we're just going to kind of go through the motions. And we're going to roll out a basic offense, and we're going to try a couple of different things. We're going to let our coordinators cock off and call the plays. We're going to let our defensive assistant and John Cooley, whatever the nigga's name is, we're going to let him call plays, right? So it's not a real sense of urgency. I think that's the approach. And, again, that's why it's frustrating, and it pisses me off because we're 3 weeks away, bro. We're 3 weeks away. Like, the time is now. Because he talks about wanting to coach up fundamentals and all of this stuff. Unfortunately for me, Yeah, do that now. But I don't want to have issues that we have to iron out come week 1, 2, and 3 when we could have ironed them out in the playoffs or in the preseason. And then relax in the preseason, and then we're ready to go week 1, 2, and 3. Because I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all this too. And I told you he's trying to rage bait me, right? That's why he's just back there chuckling, because he just knows, bro. He just knows. But I'm telling y'all this too, Panther Nation, right? Because we're just gonna be honest today. Everything is about honesty this week and the next couple of weeks moving forward. Everything is about honesty. If the Panthers don't win 3 of them first 4 games, everybody wants to think about playoffs and think about this and that, maybe making a wild card, maybe winning the division. Nigga, if you don't win 3 of them first 4 and maybe even 2, that's all he's worried about. Maybe even, I'll go as low as to say, if you don't win 2 of those first 4 games, you're fucked.
Well, it's your fault, bro.
It's not my fault.
It is your fault. It is your fault, bro.
It's not my fault. It is your fault,
It is not my
fault.
When you come on here, and I tried to tell you, bro, you and fucking Tavian, and all he does is whoever sounds, I don't know what he does. He speaks with no logic and no realism because he just likes to hop on the train that's rolling. And so, like I tried to tell him and you, when you're like, 9, 10 ball games, like, be realistic, bro. Be realistic. It's not fucking realistic. And these last 2 games have shown you that it's not realistic.
I still believe it's realistic.
No, it's not, bro. Because if you go out your first 2 drives and do that, punt, you're going to be clipped. I'm not. And then the way that defense looked, to be fair. Now, no,
to
it's
be
not.
fair, we've seen no JC. Derek Brown has played 1.
And, I mean, did they not get pushed back to the
No. We forced a punt.
Okay, well, that next drive.
Yeah, that next drive, he wasn't on the field. Derek Brown wasn't on the field, and JC wasn't on the field. So I'm going to say this again: don't overreact, because I can kind of feel it coming off of your body a little bit that you're overreacting and that you've dropped our win total down. And honestly, I'm going to ask you probably in about 15 minutes what your win total is now. It seems like you're overreacting. And usually it's me that's overreacting.
No, bro, you just said if you don't come out and win at least 3 out of those 4 games.
I said 2. I dropped it down to 2.
Okay, 2 out of those 4 games. But it's like, nigga, what have they done that has shown you and makes you feel confident that, that's something that we can do?
Well, we have our coordinators calling plays. Our head coach isn't calling them. Our offense is extremely vanilla. We have guys that I feel as though...
You know who said that same thing? Frank Wright.
Frank Wright, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the shit sounds very familiar.
Are you?
No.
I'm going to ask you a question.
I'm just saying all of that sounds familiar.
Are you comparing Frank Wright to Dave Canales?
No,
just say yes or no.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying it sounds familiar. So, unfortunately, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Only thing that I'll say, you have to win 2 of the first 4.
And the way I'm you haven't did anything to make me feel very, very confident in that.
Well, they scored a touchdown against Cleveland.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Well, do you believe that we're going to lose to Jacksonville week 1?
I don't have us losing that game. But ask me, is my confidence level as high before I seen us play these last 2 weeks versus when we hadn't stepped on the field, and just based on roster, just based on what I've been hearing coming out of training camp? Ask me, is my confidence level as high? I would say no.
I think that we're still going to walk into Jacksonville and let our dick hang, to be quite frank. I mean, I'm just not – listen, I was very, very close Saturday to jumping off of the ledge. Honestly, I had to, mentally prepare. Because I was on the phone with you up until about 10 minutes to go for my live stream, and you know where I was mentally. I wanted to crash out, but I feel like I did a good job. I was about five seconds away from saying burn the whole bitch down. Yeah, between you and Yak. Him and Yak just helped the situation none. because they were just trying to put a battery in my back, and I'm just so thankful that God has brought me as far as he has. Because 2.5, 3 years ago, it's a possibility. Y'all wouldn't even be watching right now because it might have been some shit that slipped out of my mouth. I'm not gonna lie. What did you have? It seemed like you had something.
Was it like jump off a porch or like jump off a cliff?
After what I saw Saturday, it was the latter. Jump off a fucking cliff. Because there's no demons in that bitch.
Yeah, but you expect me to, you saying that and you expect me to be like, oh yeah, we're just going to walk into Jacksonville and do this and do that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not feeling that way.
Just be calm. Because usually you're the calm one and I'm the one that's all like, oh, nigga, win total was down, etc. Just relax. Everybody take a deep breath. I've had the whole weekend to process everything now. So now I'm just like, relax.
That's not how you started the episode, though.
No. That is exactly how I started it. I'm just saying there's things that have to be acknowledged, too. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, nigga, we should just be having a circle jerk. Nothing is important. I'm saying that there are things, but I don't think that.
Well, those things, realistically, we're not really going to see those come to fruition until week 1 because
nobody's playing.
Yeah, exactly. So,
well, that's an issue, and that's
so we just have to pray that these things are addressed and everything is turned around in the span of 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
They will be.
I hope so.
Who y'all got week 2?
Arizona.
Y'all will be ready by that game.
We'll be ready week 1, nigga. We'll be ready week 1.
Okay.
We'll be ready week 1. I mean, one second.
If y'all were closer with JJ, you would love to see him at about 2:30 on a Sunday when things are kind of going to shit. Things don't necessarily look up for the second half, and, you know, he's just kind of teetering.
Yeah, you guys get aroused by that. You and Tavian, yeah. You know, I just be chilling.
Do you?
No, actually, I don't. That was a blatant lie. I apologize to our fan base. I shouldn't have lied like that. No. Trey Hendrickson. Let's go here. Cincinnati yet again has announced that they're fielding offers for Trey Hendrickson. If you're the Carolina Panthers, Dan Morgan, direct message to you, make it fucking happen. Now, I seen a report that they're looking for young talent and a first. Don't worry about that shit because nobody is giving them that. Nobody is giving them that. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know how if you're the Carolina Panthers. And I will say, the Carolina Panthers, up to this point, is being reported that it's the Panthers, the Browns, and there was one more team. Let me see if I have it. Panthers, Browns, and Colts. All three have interest in Trey Hendrickson. It's being reported they want impact player as well as draft capital, with that draft capital being a first-round pick. Unfortunately, for Cincinnati, they're not getting a first-round pick for Trey Hendrickson. It's just not happening. And if they do, I mean, more power to whoever does that, but they won't get that young talent or that game-changing player that they're looking for or game-contributing player that they're looking for. It'll be one or the other.
Yeah, and they want it next year, too. Like,
yeah.
It's not even like a future. It's like...
Right. So with that being said, for you personally, what are you willing to give up? For me, nobody is untouchable, with the exception of JC, DB, and Bryce, and Tetaroa.
Yes.
You can't have any of those. I would honestly go ahead and throw Chuba on that list as well.
Yep.
Those 5 guys. Everybody else, cool. We can have a conversation. The first name for me personally, after I've watched film and just seeing how lost he still is year 2, the first name personally that I'm seeing if they bite on is Trevin Wallace. And I'm sure I'm going to get slandered yet again. Transparently, I just don't give a fuck. I don't care. If y'all watched all 22 and y'all turn the film on, just go back to one play. The play that Bobby Brown knocked the third and goal touchdown pass to, knocked it down.
Trevin Wallace
Trevin was fucking just jerking his fucking cock. Lost as can be. Just lost
that
as
nigga
can be,
was
bro.
so wide open, bro.
I mean, just embarrassing. So the first name that I offered him is Trevin Wallace, and maybe I will say a third next year, and then a future third or fourth round after that. For me personally, that's as high as I'm going. A player, a third round next year, and then maybe a third or fourth in 27. But outside of that,
they could take DJ Wanham off my hands.
That's a name that may be interesting. Now, I'm going to ask you this, right? They ask you for Princely in a third. Princely a third this upcoming season and another draft pick in 27.
No. I think Princely has a lot of high upside.
Nick Scorton.
No.
So both of those guys are untouchable for you.
I don't think, because, I mean, these are two rookies. I think both of them have a lot of high upside. We know what Trey Hendrickson is, and he's a really, really, really good player. But I also don't know if we're in that win-now situation, so to speak. And I think that these guys are guys that are for the future.
Understood.
And I think that with them on opposite sides of each other, if they're able to develop into the guys who we believe they will be and who we drafted them to be, them two combined could be better than Trey Hendrickson alone.
Understood. And just for more context in regards to Trey Hendrickson, because I do believe, don't get me misconstrued, don't get my words misconstrued, I do believe we need to be calling. We need to be, now we do need to be trying to make a deal. There's just a couple of names that just can't be involved and added to the package. Now, that being said, for more context, your boy is a base 3-4 guy, and he hasn't changed for anybody. Does it alarm you if the Carolina Panthers make that move that primarily Trey Hendrickson has been a 4-3 DN, but we would try and force him into a box in which he would have to be a 3-4
so he's going to have to be standing up.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Does that alarm you at all, or are you okay with potentially making that happen?
I don't think that I'm as alarmed with that because, I mean, the guy has led the league in sacks. I mean, so he just has a knack for going to get the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think you tell him to go get the quarterback, he's going to go get the quarterback no matter, what kind of defense you have him in. And I think that that's one of the guys where he's such a game changer that it's like, I mean, if the nigga tells you that this is what kind of defense he wants to play, we need to be looking into, okay, let's try to see how easy it is to get everybody acclimated to this kind of defense.
Yeah.
I mean, because what the fuck does EJ have to lose?
EJ, hey.
Because this one might save his job.
Maybe. I'm going to tell you this, just kind of going back to the game. Another thing that triggered me, I, for the life of me, don't really understand why we're playing 8 or 9 yards off of a top 10 receiver in the NFL and Nico Collins.
Was it an EJ or Bartholomew thing, though? Because I just don't even know. Bartholomew is so fucking ass.
Actually, let's just go circle. No, we won't circle back there. Shamar Bartholomew, listen. We've done a phenomenal job at not calling people out of their name.
It's unbearable at this point, though. I can't see anymore.
Shamar Bartholomew is fucking terrible. As a football player, I don't know him as a human being. I don't know him as a man, so I won't speak to either of those things. As a football player, he's shit. A Caleb Evans, another nigga. But this is what we have to deal with because we don't acknowledge the problem and we don't address it in our season. So,
what I was trying to tell y'all. Secondary.
Shaky, really, really shaky.
Shaw Smith-Wade ain't show me, he ain't show me shit throughout the whole preseason.
Actually, you're right. He hasn't been on shit.
And he's going to be our starter, our starting nickel. So, cool. That's what y'all wanted. Cool. Y'all let him sign the football.
No, don't say y'all. Dylan let him sign the football. Dylan let him sign the football. That's who he wanted on there, bitch. Not JJ. But Let me go back to the Trey Hendrickson thing, and because there are some things I want to see who your best performers were on Saturday, who really just triggered you. Like I'm sure Shamar is making that list, but this came from Diana Rossini. Teams that have recently inquired about Bengal star Trey Hendrickson were told Cincinnati's asking price included a young defensive player and a 2026 first-round pick, according to league sources. The player heading back does not have to be a pass rusher. Cool. Well, yeah, Trevin Wallace. That fits perfect. That fits perfect. Trevin Wallace, they can't get a first. Cincinnati, you're not getting a first. Now, listen, if they want to take a second or a third plus Trevin Wallace, by all means, have at it. Have at it. Because, honestly, I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. As soon as Sherrills gets healthy, I damn near need to see him getting worked in ASAP. Listen, Trevin Wallace, he may get there. He doesn't have it.
Is that what you seen that from Saturday?
Oh, nigga, I've seen it for his whole career with the Carolina Panthers, but I've been He
had a good game the first preseason game. He had a relatively good game. He made some plays Saturday too, bro. He did. He made plays Saturday. Now he's not gonna
shaky.
Now he's not gonna jump off the screen at you or anything like that. But I think based on what we have, that's it.
Show me Sherrills with the first one. Let me
Sherrills is ass.
Well, he can't be no more ass than Trevin Wallace. He can't be. He can't be. It's just the Carolina Panthers and their commitment to developing guys in the youth movement. That's the only thing I'm attributing this Trevin Wallace thing to. Honestly. That's the only thing.
They said Ron Clark said the Bengals going to give Trey his money before this game over with.
So then that means that they must not be doing shit.
Well, it's 14-14 right now.
Oh, what do you know? 2 other teams that are able to score touchdowns. Wow. But I need to be, huh?
I don't.
With Bryce, yeah. With BP, yeah. He gonna turn that hoe up, yeah, for sure. Who stood out to you Saturday? Who's ass? Let's just see who's ass.
I don't even know who stood out. I don't even know who stood out, bro.
Shamar Bartholomew.
He's ass.
I'm not gonna lie. Just be thankful that you're a Carolina Panther, nigga. I see why the Jets were so willing to get rid of him. Oh, my God. Shamar Bartholomew, Shy Tuttle. I don't understand how Shy Tuttle is still rostered. I don't know how he's the second defensive tackle, nose tackle on the roster in the depth chart. I don't get it. I don't know how, bro. There's no way that he can get a jersey heading into Jacksonville. Who else? I'm not gonna lie, nigga. I just don't got time. Nick Scott, he's not a fucking starter. We need to figure out what Lathan got. We need to figure out how we gonna work Ransom in that hole.
Bam Martin Scott.
Thank you so much for your services.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, linebackers and secondary. It's a problem. Bro. It's a problem. It's just, and to be honest, I almost don't even want to say who performed good. You know what I will say? And I think we'll both agree on this, and you can add more context if you would like. Princely looked better.
Yes.
Princely looked better. Now, I will say shout out to the Real Ball Watcher on X, because he did a little chop up of Princely's reps, and I will say it was worse than I thought. I will say that, but Princely looked a little bit better. Looked solid in the run game. The only thing that I will say is I would love for Princely to stop giving up on his pass rush so early, because I will say at times it does seem like once he gets that initial pop, them initial hands put on him, he does have a tendency to kind of stop going after the quarterback and kind of gives up in the middle of the rep. I do want to see that addressed. But I will say he looked a little bit better against Houston than he did against Cleveland week 1 of the preseason. I will give him that credit. For sure. We didn't even see Nick, so I won't even comment. Prayers up for Nick scoring. Not even on no funny shit. He was back at practice Monday running. So,
well, that
what?
That's why I want to go get Trey. That's another reason because
Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, obviously, if you look at the time frame of recovery for a collapsed lung, like it's not that long.
No,
Like, it's not
they
that
say
long.
they act like he can be back
Yeah.
ASAP. So
But, I mean, that's why I want to go get Trey.
we need more, bro. We need
Yeah.
more in that room. We need more,
it's
but it's not
nothing-
a first round pick. It's not first round pick worthy. That's the thing that like is kind of like fucking with me a little bit.
If it was Micah, yeah.
well, if it was Micah, yeah, 1,000%. He would damn near be worth, I'd say 5 or 6 niggas on this defense right now, plus a first round pick. honestly, or that's just dick eating.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Well, if I say those 5 or 6 players are Mike Jackson, Trevin Wallace, Rose Boom, for what we've seen of Turk Wharton, his ass can get in that package too. And so that's the 5. In the first round, yeah, take them. We'll figure everything else out.
He going to be ran into the damn dirt.
Yeah. No, not really, because we have Princely, we have Nick, we have DJ still, we have Pat. So he won't be ran into the dirt. He'll be okay.
Has DJ Johnson touched the field?
He hasn't. Actually, I think he may have week 1 against Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know. I know he didn't the other day. I think he has a shoulder injury, if I'm not mistaken, but it's undisclosed at this point.
I bet it is.
DJ Johnson, unfortunately. Also, I'm just going to let you know, after the preseason game, me, you, and Dylan. I want us to make our 53-man roster.
That's going to be so long, though, bro.
It's not.
53, yes, bro.
No, not really, bro. It's going to be a lot easier than you think. Trust me. It's going to be a lot easier than you think. A lot easier. Trust me. Because you already know 22. You already know the first 22. So there you go. You do. Don't make that noise. Don't make that noise. But I mean, as we're talking about this, let me go to this very quickly because I said an hour and a half, and we're at about an hour and 10. So what are we at on that thing? Perfect. We're exactly where we need to be. If we're having a conversation and you made the point to me that Corey Thornton should be starting over Mike Jackson, as a diehard Mike Jackson fan, I would agree with you. I'm sold.
Why can't he go on the nickel? Why can't he play nickel?
Because that's just not who he is.
A little too slow.
I mean, not necessarily too slow. That's just not who he is. He's just a boundary corner. And I mean,
I don't know. I will have to see a little more because he does tend to bite a little too much, and he does get beat a little bit as well.
And he's very handsy.
Yeah,
saw that penalty.
He is very handsy.
We saw that penalty against Houston,
and we saw a lot that they didn't call.
Yep.
And so he's almost like bro from Detroit, Terry. Arnold or something like that.
Yes.
He's a good corner, but he's way too fucking handsy.
That's why you see all the penalties on him.
Yeah, exactly. And he gives me that kind of vibe. So I think he does have the potential to eventually ascend into that starting role. But I don't know if, as of right now, I would say that he would start over Mike Jack. But I think I could see in a world where, as he continues to get reps, that he could ascend into that role. But he's just very young, too. He's still very young.
Yes, he is very young.
He's on the team for sure.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
Y'all want to see Crash Out JJ come out? Let him not make the roster. Let Corey Thornton not make the roster. And then watch how we go ahead and get this bitch turned up. Everybody got something to say on X. All the comment. Y'all got something to say now. Watch how I turn this bitch up. Should he not make the roster? But I just don't believe that's not even in the cards.
Just saying.
Very handsy, very young. Would obviously want to see more rep from a guy that is undrafted, from a guy that is as young as he is. But for me, he's a better overall cornerback. He is, because he has the ability to play man coverage way better than Mike Jackson.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mike Jackson is just Mike Jackson is in a very, very beneficial and unique situation because primarily we play zone. So he doesn't have to ever really worry about getting put in them man situations.
And we just don't have shit.
And we just don't have shit. Yes, I would agree with that. But again, you know how I feel about Mike Jackson. You know I'm a fan, so not too much. Just go slow. Not too much slander. But yeah, I think that Corey Thornton, maybe not yet, but he has the tools to be a more well-developed cornerback in totality than Mike Jackson does. Just simply based off the fact that he can play man better than Mike Jackson can already.
Yeah, I think that he's one of the guys that you can be like, okay, he's a steal, and he's going to work out very well for us. I just think that is very early right now. But I think as he continues to get more reps, I can easily see him ascending into that role later on down in the season.
Yeah. On a serious note, was there anybody that stood out to you besides Princely? Because I have one more guy that I'll mention, but I'll pass it over to you.
Not really per se. I like the way Trevor Etienne played.
That's what I was going to say as well.
I like the way Trevor Etienne played. Some penalties caused some of his stuff to get called back, but I like the way he played. I think that I wasn't very high on him going into the season. I wasn't very high on him because I thought we reached for him. Yep. But I think that he's played very well and that he's going to lock himself into a spot within that running back room and then also as a returner. I think he runs the ball very hard. And I think he's just a Georgia guy. So coming from that system, I think that has benefited him well. So I like the way he played. And there's one more person, Bryson Tremaine as well. I don't think we mentioned him a lot, but I think he's a very reliable receiver.
He's a guy that's just been popping up all summer too. Yeah, all summer he's been making plays. Like even in camp, like he's one of those guys that you see. Like shout out, I think Gabe McDonald, I believe is his name. He's the guy that puts out all of the plays, play-by-play, whether it's 7-on-7 or 11-on-11. He's a guy that's constantly been on those lists, the notes that he drops. He's constantly been there. We saw him make a couple of plays at Fan Fest as well. He's just a guy that just seems like he's around, and he, in my opinion, has done a very, very good job at making the coaching staff's decision a lot more difficult. Because we've spoken multiple times about the receiving room, and we've all moved along the assumption that Jimmy Horn is a lock. Yeah. But unfortunately, at this point in time, that's not the case. Yeah, it's not the case. It's not the case.
Yeah, so I think he's another guy that stood out. But really, not much from that game. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick a guy when you only put up 3 points and gave up 20.
Yeah. And, I mean, defensively, I'm thinking, like, with the exception of Princely, I mean, Corey Thornton again, I mean, he damn near gets the most targets or targeted the most, and every time he just does his job. I'm really high on him. Who else? Yeah, I mean, just not much, bro. Not much. Like, it's hard to do a game review on these kind of things, these type games, because it's just one of them ones where you just damn near have to burn the film. Because there's not really, I mean, there's nothing that for us as consumers, like, yeah, you can watch the all 22, you can see this, you can do that. But unfortunately, it's just going to be a lot of bad. And you guys, you know, y'all accuse us of being extremely negative. So, you know.
That's because y'all are so used to mediocrity.
Yeah. Just soft shit. The fan base is soft.
Yeah, they are very.
Just soft as fuck. Like, you know. I won't even go into. Actually, I will. I mean, I don't understand why I have to see prominent voices in the fan base calling for us to stop talking shit to other fan bases because we're a legend. Like, back, nigga. Back. That's one thing I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop that. So, you know, it's just soft shit. Just soft as hell, bro. I'm praying for y'all, though, honestly. I'm praying that at some point or another it clicks in our fan base's head that this shit is unacceptable. But, you know, we just want to be fucking cotton candy and rainbows and everything is okay because it's preseason, you know, and beat off just because football is back. Shit like that, bro. It's just unacceptable to me. But, again, I'm not going to get riled up because, again, it is preseason. So I'll save the crash outs for later. Because I'm just based on what I've been seeing, all directions and signs point to Jeremy, you're going to have to crash out this year. That's all I keep saying. Oh, buddy, you're going to have to crash out. And I've been so optimistic this whole offseason and summer that I was praying that it didn't get to that point. But I can just tell. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones and in my spirit. So it's unfortunate. Oh, I don't even like where we started right there. Okay, here we go. I see you sent yours. Where's Dylan's? There we go. Okay, let's start with Dylan. Did I send mine or no? Shit. I hope I screenshotted it because that was a good one. Shit, I didn't.
All right, let me go with mine.
Go ahead.
All right, so I have a plus 581. I have the New York Giants against the New England Patriots Thursday. Tennessee Titans against the Vikings. Cowboys against the Falcons. And the Ravens against the Commanders. Still preseason, so take it all with a grain of salt. But those are my picks, plus 581, 4-leg, lock it in.
All right, let's do this. Dylan, 3 legs, plus 405. Pittsburgh Steelers to cover the 5.5. Over 36.5 in the Panthers and Steelers game. And the Denver Broncos money line. Very simple, very easy. Plus 405. I'm not mad at it. The only thing that scares me is the over 35.5 points. Or 36.5, rather, excuse me. Over 36.5. For me, obviously Tavian isn't participating this week. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to really make a difference because I don't know if any of us will win. But I have the Steelers money line against the Carolina Panthers. I have under 38.5 Patriots versus Giants. I have over 36.5 Falcons and Cowboys. And I have Chicago to cover plus 4.5 against the Kansas City Chiefs. That is a plus 920. Plus 920. So if you want a little juice, and you do in fact trust it, plus 920. And that is 4 legs. So not really much has to happen there. So, you know, like Terrence said, just take it with a grain of salt because it is preseason. Regular season, that's when we begin to get more sharp. We begin to get a little more sharp in that regard. Cool. Let's go to Famblitz. Well, I mean, I don't even know.
I don't have a 2-minute.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Let me see. Yeah, there's nothing. What is a fair trade for Hendrickson? Does he turn us into this?
No.
Oh my God. Does he turn us into title contenders? No. Unfortunately, he doesn't turn us into title contenders. He turns us into divisional title contenders, if that's what you're referencing. But as far as Super Bowl contenders, I'm jaded. Saturday has me extremely jaded. But no. We talked about the fair compensation earlier in the episode. If you missed it, just rewind or just go to YouTube for Panthers fans only. Actually, while I'm there, if you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening or watching on a DSP, make sure to follow, leave a comment, leave a review. If you're watching on X, make sure to hit that follow button if you don't do so already. You can also tap in with us on social media at For Panthers Fans Only, pretty much everywhere. Search Google, ForPanthersFansOnly.com. Go buy your Carolina Reaper t-shirt right now. You will have the opportunity. Well, not even you will have the opportunity. If you order right now, if you purchase right now, you will have your Carolina Reaper t-shirt before week 1. Outside of this time period, right now, right this second, I can't promise that y'all will have y'all Reaper tees by week 1 if you don't order right now. And that's not me with my hand out. I'm just telling y'all the honest truth. So just be patient. On the website, we've asked for 3 to 6 weeks to ship and deliver. So just be mindful of that when you're purchasing your shirt. We haven't run into a problem where anybody has purchased and not received their item. We do good business over at FPFO. So that's that. But yeah, Trey Hendrickson does not turn you into a Super Bowl contender. He is a unique and significant piece to your defense, and he will contribute to more wins. But as far as a title contending team, no, because there's still too many holes defensively. Honestly. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really all I have. Do you have anything else to add? Oh, yeah, what is your current win total? We can do that as part of Fan Blitz. It shouldn't, honestly, bro.
Well, I don't think
it shouldn't have changed.
It hasn't changed. It's still at 7.
Good. Thank God.
But, I mean, yeah.
He's so happy. Ours is at 9.
Ours is at 10.
Can I pay $20 to bring it down?
No. Or bring it down to what? 9?
7.5.
No. Fuck no. If you want to bring it down to 7.5, you pay 50.
Well, how much is the bet? How much is the 10-win bet? I have probably about $500, I think, in us winning 10 games, and I'm just fucked. I mean, how much is our bet?
It's 50.
So I would have to pay you? Man, hell no. I'm even doing you a service by offering you 20 to bring it down.
We have a under 8.5 for 150. Jesus. Woo.
I gotta check my notes. I don't believe that's accurate.
Bro.
Nigga, I don't need to see your notes. I don't care about your notes. I care about mine. Do you trust my note more than you trust yours? Like,
hell
be honest. Bro, be honest with the people, bro. Do you trust my note more than you trust yours?
You be lying, bro. You be
lying. I don't be lying when it comes to that. This nigga keeps doing the $ shit behind. And see, that's why I hate when the Panthers look the way they do, bro, because then I have to deal with shit like this.
I want my shit liquid. No XRP, no Solana, no Doge.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have much XRP to send you right now. So
yeah, I need to know. I never knew what happened to your. What happened?
I don't even really want to talk about it, honestly.
Yeah, but it's just weird that you haven't said what happened yet. It's been
he spent the rest of the day listening to Anthony Hamilton.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I mean, I just got scammed. I got stained.
How?
I exported my shit to a self-custody wallet that was illegitimate. And that motherfucker, I mean, do you want to see?
Why would you do that, though?
Do you want to see what?
What possessed you to do that? That's why I be saying, bro. Sometimes you be doing too much, bro. You be trying to do too much, and
this is the site in which I've exported my funds to. This is what comes up now. So yeah. All, like literally damn near all of my, not even just XRP.
What were you trying? What was your purpose though?
I mean, it's just decentralized. It was just decentralized. So Robinhood and Coinbase, all of that shit, nigga, I didn't want all my shit there. Now I'm regretting it.
Doing too much.
I have the web address, or I have the wallet address still that it was exported to through Exodus. So we'll see. Hopefully, I get blessed. Just got to initiate that. I need to call the FBI. I need to call somebody. I need my shit back ASAP. I'm not going to hold you. What? Go ahead. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Yeah, that. Cool. Oh, my God. That. Oh, my God. I wanted to kill something.
Have you restarted?
You don't even. I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. Thankfully, I've had the ability to restart it. But just knowing the amount of coins that I should have compared to what I have now, and then I had to see the bitch literally go all the way up to 326 when I lose everything, and I see it was just not a fun time.
So sometimes that should just let you know you just need to slow down. Take time, not try to do too much.
Just trust God is going to take care of everything.
Or you can do that too.
Yeah.
Or, help them out sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, just a lick.
You literally are a walking fucking leak, bro. You
get
stained so much.
It's like damn near once every year and a half. Once every year and a half to 2 years, bro, it's like something. And it don't be like no little, you know what I'm saying? It don't be no little, nigga, it be niggas breaking into my whip while I'm umpiring trying to make cho and I'm down on my dick. It be, I won't even go any further. But just know, bro, it don't be little. It be major. It be major shit. Like, shit that I can't even operate and maneuver properly. It's sad, bro.
Self-inflicted wounds.
And I'll be living right. I'll be living right, bro. So I don't know what it is. It's just an attack of the enemy. Do I not be living right? I don't know why you're laughing. What do I do wrong? I don't do any. I treat people with kindness and respect. What's so funny about that? Do I not? Who don't I treat with kindness and respect? Niggas that play with me? Oh, and that nigga that be on X, we gonna come see about you, nigga. Cause I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because for some reason, it's just some no, listen to me, nigga. It's just some random ass Falcons fan that cock eats FPFO, the Twitter page. The nigga just always got something to say. So finally, I just go to the nigga and tell him, bitch, I'm gonna be at the Falcons game in Atlanta. I'm done talking, nigga. That nigga said, oh, me too. Seat 107, exit. Perfect, nigga. We gonna come see about you. And if Terrence don't want to come, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna come see about you, nigga. I'm gonna come see about you. And make sure you in your fucking seat. Make sure you in your seat. That's all I'm gonna say.
So he gave you his seat number?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's tough. Cool. All right, cool. That's it. That's it. Especially if I get off that shit. Because you know Unc be drinking that shit. Unc be drinking that shit, nigga. And I already be itching. Honestly. Like, nigga, I'm in Vegas and we mobbing outside they stadium. Like, and nigga, I'm not worried about none of y'all niggas. Cool. Nigga, you want to continue to cock eat. And I don't even know if Dylan started something with him. The only thing that I know is as of late, I just keep seeing his name pop up. And I go to his page every time. He's a Falcons fan. And he's just back and, like, just making slick. November 12th, 25th. Do you know the date of that game? Either way, I'm coming to see. Don't worry. Don't worry. Actually, I shouldn't be that way, right? We just talked about that today, about God and just after I say I'm living right, I do be living right. I do live right. But then niggas just get on the internet, bro, and that shit, like, for whatever reason, that shit has really, like, pushed me to a point where, like, I'm ready to crash out on anything moving, everything moving as it pertains to niggas in the comment section, bro. Honestly, I will too with the cat emoji because I say, this nigga comments with 5 laughing emojis. Shut your bitch ass up. Cool. So I say, I respond back. I'll be at the game in Atlanta. Very simple. Like, nigga, I'm done talking. Nigga say, I will too, with the cat emoji. He says, the fuck you gonna do? With a period. I sit in the same seats every game. Section 125, seat 27. No row number, though. But it's okay, nigga. I know what you look like. We'll see. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. That is enough for me. He looks like a fucking little child. But, you know. You know, cool. So actually, I need to respond and ask him the row number, but I need more clarity. Or I just need to chill. Now everybody's quiet in this bitch. Don't worry.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah,
he's too little for me. I know he can't do nothing to me.
I mean, if he's too little for you, I mean, I might. And Saints fans, after the performance that big ass nigga put up, the preseason game against that Jacksonville nigga, y'all niggas can never say shit to me if that's y'all's representation and representative. Because, I mean, oh my God. Shit just sad, bro. Shit just sad as hell. Do you have anything else to say, either one of y'all, before we wrap this shit up?
I have nothing. Hopefully to see a better performance. When do we play? Thursday?
Yeah. Do you have anything, Carter?
I do not.
Good. Cool. All right, man. Y'all giving me those responses gave me just the right amount of time to find a song. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm thinking, I don't know, we'll probably go live Thursday night. I don't know if Terrence will be there because this is, again, when I be telling y'all about shit, it be his first time hearing it too. So sometimes I try and do a good job with it, but sometimes I just don't. So it's something I'm doing better with. Would you agree or not?
That you're getting better with?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I mean, you literally just told me about a live Thursday night today.
So not doing the best job, but nevertheless, we will probably be going live on Thursday. I don't think I'm going to do the fantasy draft thing that I referenced on Saturday. Just simply based on the fact that the Carolina Panthers will be playing Thursday at 7 p.m. preseason week 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So make sure you tune into that. But I don't think I'm going to do the fantasy draft. I will go live after the game just to kind of give some immediate reaction type of stuff like that. Like I said, me and Terrence will talk and figure out if he'll be on as well. However, make sure you tune in. I'm assuming that we'll probably go live around 9:30 or 10. Maybe go for 60 to 90 minutes, whatever the case may be, and then we'll be back, of course, next week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, like we are right now. But yeah, other than that, like I said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Turn that bell notification on. Shout out to everybody that tuned into the streaming tonight, premiering on X for honestly the first time ever. I think is the first time that we're doing a full video production on X, kind of in premiere form. So shout out to y'all. This is something that you guys can expect moving forward. Shout out to everybody that watched live on YouTube. And yeah, that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Tavian will be back next week, I think. Carter, thank you so much for stepping in and being a great role player, chilling player like you are, bro. Thanks. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.